Hey guys, George here from Zero Period Productions, and today I have quite a few things I want to talk about, all in regards to the channel, as per usual. I haven't done an update video or a vlog or anything of the sort lately, and the last time I did a vlog, I even said I was going to be doing a vlog the week after that when I traveled to Maine with my girlfriend Sarah and her parents, and ultimately I just didn't wind up doing it because of the fact that I don't see her very often, and I didn't want to spend, the limited time I had with her just out and recording a lot of things only to then, go back to the house that we were staying at and then edit the rest of the time. It just didn't feel right, and that was why I ultimately didn't wind up doing a travel vlog for the trip to Maine. And ever since then, I just really haven't had a whole lot of things going on that were worth sitting down and making a vlog for, or even update videos for. But now that a decent amount of time has passed, a decent amount of things have been going on and happening, I felt that it is time for me to make a video just kind of with updates and everything, and talking about what's been going on lately, because a few things have happened in the past few months now. Now, starting off, I want to talk about a major change to the channel. And it doesn't really change that much, but it's a very major change just forward-facing when you look at the channel. Many of you may have noticed, some of you may not have noticed, but I recently changed and updated the logo for the channel. And this is a process that started way back. I think back over the summer. I made a video about it then when we were still in the design process, and I finally hammered out a design that I was very happy with, that I'm really in love with. And I'll put on screen some iterations of the new logo back when we started planning it out and designing it over the summer. And it was always the same basic concept of keeping the ZP aspect of the logo, but just trying to figure out what was the most presentable, what looked the best, and ultimately I'm very happy with the version that we went with. I like that we went with a taller approach to the logo rather than a more square version of it. I just feel like the taller version has a little more oomph, a little more strength behind it. I think it's a little bit bolder, honestly, and I just really like how it turned out. I'm very happy with it, and that was a weird thing for me of changing the logo because the old logo had been around for so long. Even though it wasn't the best logo, it didn't always print that well or appear that well on websites because of different image compression on websites. It was something that was weird for me to think about changing because of the fact that it had been around for so long. Quick story about the old logo. I designed it probably back in 2010 or 2011. I think I was still in high school. And it was this thing of, we had started the YouTube channel. We weren't really doing much with it. We were doing very occasional videos. But Simon, who was in charge of the channel back during the early days, was saying, hey, we need a logo. And he knew even less about graphic design than I did. And I knew pretty much nothing. I knew how to use Photoshop, but that was about it. So I just kind of hammered out, the original logo, and that was that. And we just kept it for the longest time because even now I don't know that much about graphic design. I was never traditionally trained in graphic design, so everything that I know is pretty much self-taught or just from some tutorials that I've found online for Photoshop and everything like that. And the logo is pretty much uploaded everywhere now. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth, Twitch, YouTube. I think the only places that I need to make some changes are still on the Spreadshirt, just adding some of the new shirt designs to the store and replacing some of the older ones, but that's pretty much it. So it's been a complete and total overhaul for the logo, and it's everywhere, just across the board, which is really great, and I love seeing it everywhere. Still getting used to it a little bit, but I'm very happy with the end result. Now, talking a little bit about YouTube, some of you may have heard about this because I tweet about it quite often, and I realize it might get annoying how much I tweet about it, but it is a very pressing matter. YouTube, in the past few months, has changed their policy for monetization for videos, specifically in regards to what they consider to be advertiser-friendly and how they go about deciding what's advertiser-friendly and marking videos as either suitable for all advertisers or not suitable for most advertisers. And I want to say that right off the bat, I follow all of those requirements for what is considered advertiser-friendly for videos. They say no excessive swearing. I don't swear that much. I didn't swear that much in the first place in my videos, and now I'm swearing almost not at all just to be super safe. No excessive violence. It's fine if it's in the video game. If a video game is cleared for release, it meets YouTube's terms of service for advertiser-friendly. So I want to say once again, it's like I don't do anything in my videos that's incredibly graphic, incredibly violent or disturbing. I just play the games pretty much. So once again, I follow those rules. No hate speech, no hateful content. Once again, I've never done anything like that. So The list goes on and on, but suffice it to say, I've always met those requirements for what YouTube considers advertiser-friendly, but I still have plenty of videos that get marked as, this isn't suitable for most advertisers. And I have to request a review every time that happens. When I get a little yellow mark, a yellow $sign, it's like, nope, they consider that not suitable. And I have to request a review, which it could take hours, it could take days. By the time it goes through, it might not even matter anymore because that video already got the vast majority of its views that it's ever going to get. There are times that I upload a video and it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It says it's green, it's good to go. I wake up the next morning and boom, yellow marker. And I go, all right, well, gotta request a view now. So it's annoying because I've even tried to get back into the habit of having a bit of a backlog so that I have, the next week's worth of videos completely done, uploaded, thumbnails, tags, everything set a week in advance so that I can try and circumvent this system. But no, because I'll have a video uploaded for like 3 or 4 days before it's up. Then the night before it goes out, then they say, boom, yellow $sign. And there's no way to circumvent it, unfortunately. And I do want to say that this doesn't mean that I've lost all my money on YouTube. I'm not making nothing on YouTube with this going on, but I am making less. Not like 50% less, not 75% less, maybe 15 or 20%. But I was never making a staggering amount on YouTube. I'm a smaller YouTuber. That's how it goes. I do this full-time, for those of you who might not know that. I've been doing YouTube full-time for probably about 2 years now, just about. I'm making enough so that I can get by, and that's with YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, and a couple other very minor sources of revenue. But with, the hit to YouTube, it's becoming a little bit tight. My wallet's getting a little bit light, and I am trying to find ways to kind of circumvent that. And, well, that kind of brings me to the main point of this video, or the final point of this video, which is just discussing the Patreon, which I'm trying to push and promote just a little bit more. Now, I kind of want to start by saying that I've never wanted to be one of those YouTubers who promotes stuff like that in every video, because that gets annoying. And for me, I do a lot of playthrough type content, long form playlist content. So for me, it would be really annoying if I started every video with, hey guys, make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, and check out my Patreon and give me money every month. And it would also be annoying to end every video like that too, because I know I have quite a few viewers who watch things in playlists and just kind of binge watch a lot of series. So I know for a fact that it would be annoying for those people to have to deal with that at the start of every video or the end of every video. I was even hesitant to put end cards on my videos for the longest time just for that reason, but I realized that end cards are probably a good idea just to try and get people to see what other videos are recent, what other videos to watch, making sure they subscribe, stuff like that. And I realized that I might be losing out on people joining the Patreon because I don't really actively push the Patreon or promote it. But at the same time, it's just a matter of, I know that I would be annoyed if I was watching a channel and every video, it started and ended with that promotion, like that active, promotion of them saying, make sure to check it out. I know that I would personally be like, I get it, but it takes away from the experience, especially if I'm watching a playthrough. So it is that thing of, it would probably make me money, but I always think of things in terms of what would I want to watch, what would I enjoy, what would I not enjoy when watching videos, playthroughs, etc., etc. But that's why I'm taking this chance to kind of discuss the Patreon as a whole and my plans for it as we move towards the end of 2017 and as I start planning for 2018. I'm hoping to do YouTube for another full year. Obviously, I would like to do it past that, but it really is just kind of a thing where year to year, I kind of just look at what I earned this year versus what I earned the year before, and if I think that there's the potential for me to still do this full time, be able to pay all my bills, my rent, electric, internet, and of course those pesky college loans that I'll probably be paying off for the next 8 years at this point. Now I want to start by saying that a lot of thought has gone into how I wanted to change the Patreon and possibly offer incentives for people to join. And I thought that the best way to do it was making different sort of tiered goals for what I'm earning on Patreon month to month. Now, the first of these goals is if I hit $250 a month on Patreon. We're actually very close to that already. I think we're at like 220, 215, something like that. So it's not really that much of a stretch. Now, at this milestone, I will be bringing back more consistent, more regular vlogs. And like I said before, it was never really a thing of I was avoiding making vlogs. It was just a matter of I didn't know how much there was for me to talk about. And I'm not saying that the vlogs will necessarily be week to week. I'm just saying that I will go out of my way to try and have topics to talk about for a more regular vlog series. I'm even going to try and go out and do more things, see more friends, so that I have things to either talk about or to show on video, so that I have, you know, a more regular vlog setup. And I'd also like to put more time and effort into the vlogs for the ones that I do, either better production value, more editing, stuff like that, just because I want to produce the highest quality content that I can, especially with the vlogs. And I think it would be a really fun opportunity too. But obviously, you know, time equals money, and the more time devoted to something, it's always helpful to have the funding to kind of back that up and to pay for resources and everything like that. As an added bonus, I'll also start releasing more behind the scenes type content on Patreon for people who are signed up there. And that goes for all ranks. That goes for the $1 rank, the $5 rank, and if you do somewhere in between that, if you do more than that, you'll have access to this content. Now, I've never been a fan of content that's hidden behind a paywall. I want to start off by saying that, because I know lots of channels and lots of groups that do stuff like that, and I've never really liked trying to create like a wall between different viewers. But it's honestly this thing of the behind the scenes content is stuff that would be extra. It's stuff that wouldn't really go on the channel anyway, just because I have a very set schedule for videos and everything, and these are videos that I feel maybe wouldn't make sense to put on the channel for all viewers or stuff like that. So it would really just be extra bonus type stuff, but I think it might also just be fun for some people to see stuff that goes on behind the scenes with making videos, with setting up streams, and especially with Extra Life and stuff coming out. I think that could be a really cool opportunity to kind of show people a bit more of what I do when I'm not just on camera, when I'm not just recording a game, stuff like that. Now, like I said, never been a fan of paywall content, so I want to make it very clear, all regular content will always be on the YouTube channel for everyone to watch. All playthroughs, all vlogs, everything like that. You're not losing out on anything if you don't join the Patreon. Like I said, the stuff for Patreon is completely extra, but it will be some fun stuff to watch, I'm sure. Now, the second of these goals is to reach $500 a month on Patreon and maintain that. This is double the amount of the first milestone, which we're already very close to, but I still think it is possible, and I think it is doable. Now, at this milestone, I will start streaming more often, and what this also means is that I will bring back streams on YouTube. And to start off, it'll just be one stream a week on YouTube, with the possibility to add even more than that, but it is a matter of trying to fit that into my already somewhat hectic schedule and figure out the best times to do streams so that everyone has a chance to watch them. And like I said, starting off just once a week on YouTube, it's going to be Friday afternoons before my Twitch streams on Friday nights. Now, the plan is that I will keep the Twitch schedule. The Twitch schedule is not changing. Twitch schedule is currently Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The YouTube streams will be extra. And like I said, I'm hoping that I can add even more streams into that mix, maybe some weeknights, maybe even later on the weekends. But I'm hoping to go from the 3 streams that I have now to 4 and possibly more whenever I find the chance and whenever I have the time to do so. Because I really love streaming, and I do miss streaming on YouTube. The problem was that when I became a Twitch affiliate, I could no longer stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So unfortunately, ever since May, I kind of had to drop off YouTube. But I am hoping to bring that back, and once again, it's just a matter of the more funding I have available, the more time I can put into YouTube and streaming and everything like that, without feeling like I'm really stretching myself too thin and not making enough for my time and my effort and everything like that. All of the Friday YouTube streams will be made available on YouTube for people to watch after the fact in case you miss it. And I'm currently planning for the Friday streams on YouTube to be part of a series, whether it be a playthrough or something of that nature. So it'll be essentially another playthrough series or another just series in general for people to watch whenever they have the time on the channel. Now, as an added bonus for people who are on the Patreon when we hit this rank, all Twitch streams will be made available on the Patreon, or at least all from when we hit this goal onwards. And that's just, once again, kind of an added bonus. People will still have the ability to watch the Twitch streams on Twitch after they air for the first 2 weeks, which is just the time period that Twitch allows streams to stay up for non-partnered channels after they air. And once again, that's not really trying to take away content from anyone. It's just trying to add extra content for people who are on Patreon as a bit of a thank you. I've considered releasing all of my Twitch streams just on YouTube, but I really don't think that would go too well. I think it would be kind of cluttered if I started adding 3 streams, which are 2 hours or more on the channel in addition to the other videos. And it is one of those things where I've said it before, but sometimes when you post too much content, it kind of turns off your subscribers, and they do leave just because they're like, this is too much, I'm never gonna have a chance to watch this, I'm just gonna stop watching altogether. So it is something I'm always very aware of. Now, the third and final goal, it's a stretch. It's a stretch goal. I really don't think we're going to hit it, but I wanted to throw it out there just as a possibility. At $1,000 a month on Patreon, and saying it out loud even sounds ridiculous to me, I will have a lot more financial stability and a lot more money to put towards the channel. At that point, I can start buying new equipment. I can hopefully upgrade my PC. I can hopefully change my recording setup and stuff like that to get even better quality content out for the channel on a regular basis. It means I'll have money to do bigger and better giveaways on the Patreon. Now, of course, I would like to do something new in addition to the things I already mentioned at this rank, whether it's a new series or something, but I think that's also something we can talk about sort of as a group on streams or just in the comments below once we hit that rank, if we even hit that rank, but I'm not expecting to do that. That's entirely meant to be a stretch goal, and that's why I haven't figured out exactly what a new series or something to that extent would be. There are some ideas that I've had, but I don't want to necessarily throw those out there until this is a little bit more concrete and we have a chance to plan things out, you know? Now, that was probably a lot of information to throw out there all at once. I'll tweet an infographic with all of this information for the Patreon, just so that everyone knows what's going on and what to expect. I'll show regular updates on what I'm up to, everything like that, just so that people know what's going on when we hit those ranks, so on and so forth. Part of all this is that I'm trying to create a more stable job environment for myself, a more stable financial situation and income, so that I can keep doing YouTube full-time without the hassle and worry about what am I earning day to day, month to month, so on and so forth. This will allow me to put more money aside so that I can potentially rent a better apartment, so that I can buy new equipment for videos. The list goes on, and it'll make my situation a lot better, my living situation a lot better, and it'll hopefully make the channel a lot better as well. Like I said, I'm getting by on what I'm making, but I don't have too much left over by the time I'm done paying bills and everything of that sort. This push is to kind of raise what I'm making on Patreon, to improve the channel, to improve my own quality of life, and in the end, a happier George means a better channel. So that's the most important takeaway from all of this, I think, at least. Now, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched this video, and thank you to everyone who's already on the Patreon, and everyone who's watching this who is going to join as a result of this video. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.